So here's another story. I don't know, it's been a minute since I shared one. But the story I'm going to tell you, it actually happened to my daughter when she basically met up with a humanoid. And the best way she could describe it, because this happened actually a few years ago. So, and she was so traumatized by the experience, like she didn't know exactly what she saw, but she knew it looked human ish, right? So one evening, anyways, my kids were playing hide and go seek. And it was about, wasn't quite dusk, it was late afternoon, sun still kind of setting, and they decided to play outside, and it was in summertime. They decided to play outside, play hide and go seek. And my daughter decided to go to the backyard area. And it's kind of like an open area, but there's sloughs, and then beside the one slough, there's actually this big mound. It's like a hillish kind of mound, and it goes into the slough. So they were all playing hide and go seek. She's hiding in the back of the house. At the time, I went to town to go get a few things for groceries. And like I was gone maybe about an hour or so. By the time I came back, like my daughter was in hysterics. So they're outside playing hide and go seek. Kids are all scattered all over the yard. Like I have bushes all around my area, so there's a lot of good hiding spots. My daughter was waiting for her brothers to find her. She was crouched in the tall grass, and like she was just a petite little kid at the time, so tall grass could hide her no problem. And she was crouched in the tall grass, and she could hear her siblings, like, I guess, going in and out of the house, thinking that she had gone in. And she stayed quiet. And she was back there, and all of a sudden she heard what sounded like tree branches cracking, or, just the way twigs sound when you crack them in half, right? She heard that. And she sat up from where she was, looked to where that sound was coming from, and just on top of that mound, she saw a pale, almost white, human looking creature that was on all fours. And she said its arms were so long and bony, it's like it had no meat on it, but its flesh looked dead. Like just no color to it. It was bald, and its eyes were just, you know, they just looked soulless. And she said that when she had noticed it, it noticed her. And when it moved its head to the side to look at her, like kind of at an angle, it sounded like bones breaking. That's the noise it made when its neck started moving. She was so terrified that she started screaming, got up, and started running towards the front of the house. And when her siblings heard her screaming, they all come running outside. And she just screamed at them, like, get back in the house, go in the house. Like, and they were all terrified. They locked the house up, they shut all the curtains. And when I had returned home, like, she was sitting in the bathtub traumatized. Like, she was so scared. And I had to convince her to explain to me in the best way possible what she had seen. And that's the way she explained it, right? And I didn't know what to think of it, because she said it was like on all fours, like an animal, but it had pale white skin, no color to it. It wasn't wearing clothes. It was no hair on its body, but it did not look human. It was human like, but did not look human. For months, almost a year, she had nightmares of that occurrence. she couldn't sleep by herself for the longest time, and so she slept in my bed. And her nightmares would she'd wake up screaming, she would wake up crying. She lost her appetite for the longest time. It was very traumatizing for her. And to this day, I do not know what exactly she had saw, right? And why was it so close to the home? But in my understanding, kids who are born with certain gifts, those things out there are attracted to those gifts. Maybe as an adult, I couldn't see it, but her being innocent and pure as a child could see it. And I believed her because of that. She couldn't sleep for months. She'd wake up screaming, crying. She was terrified of the dark. She was terrified to go outside for the longest time after this experience, and just recently, like, she asked me, Mom, can you share my story? So this is what I'm doing, is sharing her story, what she saw that day. And this was broad, like, this was during the day. This wasn't at night. So be careful. When your kids are playing outside, always be mindful to watch them closely, because you don't know what's lurking out there. And if you are spiritual, obviously your kids are going to have some kind of spirituality behind them too. You know, and if you're aware that your kids have certain gifts, you got to be very protective of those gifts. I know my daughter has the gift of sight, because the things that she dreams of, the things that she sees that most people do not. After that experience happened, like, I doubled down on my home protection, basically. So, I made sure to bless my home, bless my child. I, put up those protective barriers. I made sure to hang sweetgrass above her window. I helped her smudge every day when she wasn't feeling okay. Um, and I helped her with those protective prayers, developing those protective prayers of herself and how to utilize her name, right? Her real name. So in a way, it was just for, like, it was for good measure, because I didn't want my child to to live in that fear. I didn't want my child to always be afraid of what's out there. And for whatever reason that being had come to visit, I don't think it meant harm, but I think it was more out of curiosity, because hearing children playing, right? And my girl, she was young at the time. She was just a little girl at the time, and she had no understanding of that part of the world. There is a lot of things out there that people are not aware of. And I don't care who believes me or not, because the things that I have seen were very real to me. Protect your babies. Protect them, those little innocent souls. Have a good day.